Hi, this is the third video on the series on how to compute aggregate stuff from data using Excel. Remember we did the sex ratio in the previous video, and we're using the number of births in the city of Madrid according to the published statistics from 1903 to 1929. And we computed this, remember, we took the number of males over the females. And that is a good way of expressing it, but then I thought that we could also do it with percentages, so we just compute this. And now maybe it's even easier for you to read is the number of for each 100 females, 109 males were born. But it's basically the same. It doesn't really matter in which unit we express it. So again, this is sex ratio. However, remember that it was kind of a weird uh, graph. Let's just see it again. And it has very weird movements, or apparently it is. So we're gonna put the years down so we really know what we're talking about, like here. And I'm gonna tell you about a way of really seeing if there is a trend. With all this movement going from 110 to 104, is there a trend? Well, there's a measure to just show us what the trend is, and it is called moving average. And this is what it does. We have data with some oscillations, and we try to figure out which is the underlying trend. It is called moving average. And then you'll see in a minute how it's computed moving average. And then we're going to choose 3 years. So why moving average 3 years? Because what we do really is just create an average of 3 years, and we just move it over. So just let me see. So we start from 1904, you see, and then we take the value of 03, 04, and 05. And then we divide it by 3. And this is a regular average of 3 numbers. And we've got for these 3 years, the average is 107. So why is it moving? Because now what we do is just to drag it down until the last one. See that this is empty, and this is empty because we need 3 values, and we need to take always the previous and the consecutive. And what we've done is just make a small, always for each value, we just basically use the previous and the consecutive to just make it smooth it over. How does it look like when we place it? So go to select data, we add a new series, we say this is the one we want, the 3-year moving average, and then we take the whole series. See that I've also taken 03 and 29. And then here we go. This is what we have produced. Let me just put it a little bit nicer for you. And then this way. So if you see the red line, the 3-year moving average is just taking the values and it's just smoothing over all the movements. So we get the same picture, and remember, if we take out now the original series, we still see some peaks, but we see a little bit less variability. In cases like this, maybe we could try to do a 5-year moving average. Let me try average 5 years and then see if we can see more continuity. And then it happens the same thing. We have to start from the middle value and then we take 5. So we take 3, 4, 5, that is the value in the middle, and then 6 and 7. So instead of taking 3, we take 5, and of course we cannot create, oops, something happened, oh, of course, and we make the average. So instead, before we had 3-year moving average, now we have 5-year moving average. So oops, what did I do again? Oh, I just didn't realize I was selecting the case. So what I do is just take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now it was the same, but we would rather take the hundreds. So we do the same thing. We move the average below. You see here, we always have one value in the middle and taking the 2 earlier and the 2 later. And we also have to keep now 2 slots without a value because we need 5. We can do exactly the same thing as we did before. and then we add a new series, moving average 5 years, and here we go. And then see that now the green line is just making really much more smooth. So let's take out the blue, let's take out the red, and then it just seems that there's a larger trend. However, you have to bear in mind that when we do this, we are just using less information and we're just smoothing over and seeing trends, but then we don't see the details, and that is a problem. And also, we cannot produce values for the later of the early years because we need the others to be, we need enough values around it. So this is absolutely common, and then you're going to see that when you have small numbers, you tend to use those if you want to look at changes over time. It is useful for changes over time, but it may not be useful for all the things that you want to use. But it is one of the most relevant and most important tools, and then from now onwards, I'm pretty sure that you're going to be spotting moving averages all over the place. If you want, you could actually do a 7-year moving average, but I'm gonna leave that to you to try it out. But you would need to take 7 values, so we would reduce even more, and we could take actually 9 and 11 and 13 year moving averages. But the smoothing is going to be so high that actually there's gonna hide any movement really. So maybe it's not that worth having a look at that. So, well, this is what a moving average looks like, and now is your time to try to do it. Good luck.